Cardiff were the champions of the Championship last season, won the league by 8 points, finally getting into the Premier League after several near misses over the years. They're a very solid team. They kept, I think, more clean sheets than anybody else in the Championship last season. The midfield's very tidy with players like Peter Whittingham. Aaron Gunnarsson is a player that I really like as well. The problem will be for them scoring goals. I don't think anybody got into double figures for them last season. And what they've tried to do is address that with the players they've brought in, particularly Andreas Cornelius, who they signed from Denmark, was the record signing, briefly, for 7.5 million quid. He was the top scorer in the Danish league last season. He's come to the fore quite quickly, only 20 years old, made his debut for Denmark this past season as well. So they're going to be hoping for him to score the goals that will keep them up. They very quickly broke their transfer record again to sign Stephen Caulker from Tottenham for something around 8 million quid. He's a really good player. I really like him. I think he's an up-and-comer. The big surprise wasn't just that Tottenham were willing to let him go, but that Cardiff were able to nab him in front of a few teams that you thought might have been in a better position to take him. He's on the fringes of the England setup, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him go to the World Cup next summer, particularly if he plays every week and has a decent season. Cardiff haven't got a massive amount of experience of the Premier League, Craig Bellamy apart, and Malky Mackay obviously hasn't managed in the Premier League before. But I don't see that as being a massive problem for them. You do get sides coming up sometimes from the Championship with plenty of players who have Premier League experience. But if that experience has been a negative one, then sometimes that can prove to be a bit of a millstone. And if you're used to losing more often than not in the Premier League, what good is that kind of experience? So I think the fact that they've got a fairly young side, a fairly fresh-looking side that haven't had those experiences before, could actually stand them in quite decent stead.